What is going on, everybody? Whoa, that was too much of a jump. This has been Justin Martinez, not has been. Wow, this is a great start to this, guys. This is Justin Martinez, aka Jada Sports Dude, coming to you all live for the season finale of this little month-long experiment that we've been doing, folks, where I put the New Mexico State Aggies, I can't believe I almost fell there, in NBA 2K20 as an expansion squad, a 30-game season, single elimination playoffs, just like an NCAA campaign, and now we're here at game number 30, the very last game, folks, of this regular season, and it is against the Timberwolves of Minnesota. Aggies are currently 19-10 on the year. Their last game was a pretty convincing 95-74 victory over the Pistons of Detroit. Jabari Rice, 21 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 dimes. Double-double for Yvonne, 13 points, 15 boards. Here are the rest of the statistics. Quick look at the Pistons, so you guys can see that as well. And now we are here for the last game. Guys, I just now realized this as I'm looking at the camera. Hold on. Am I not completely just blended in with my couch right now? Like, if y'all couldn't see my face, man, I'm in full camouflage mode at the moment right now. You know what I mean? But yeah, guys, last game of the season. Oh, I see we already got some people tuning in. We got some comments. Like, I'm going to check this really quick. Pull it up on my trusty laptop, folks. Where I also need to upload the thumbnail in a second here. Stephen M. Who else? Happy Friday to all. Appreciate you for tuning in, Stephen. Hope you are doing well, my friend. And now it is time for our last game of the regular season. Before we get into some playoff basketball, this one is up against the Timberwolves, as I said. Let's take a quick look at the matchups here while I upload this thumbnail. We got D'Angelo Russell versus AJ Harris, Malik Beasley versus Josh Okogie, Malik Beasley versus Jabari Rice, Josh Okogie versus Trevelyan Queen, James Johnson versus Johnny McCants, and Karl Anthony Towns versus Yvonne Adekoya. As I said, just give me one quick second while I upload this thumbnail for the video that you are watching right now. And bam. Alright, cool. So let's take a quick look at the jerseys for the Aggies. It is the home white, the classic home jerseys. And then for the Timberwolves, it is that navy blue with the white streaking across the middle there. Let's go ahead and jump right into it, folks. Let me turn on the volume here. Get ready for some basketball while I upload this. Last game of this month-long little science experiment here. And then we got the playoffs after this, so crazy. That's going to be fun. Aggies have already secured a spot in the playoffs, but the seed, still unsure how high they're going to be. Let's jump into this one. Should be a good one. I did turn the difficulty up for this one just a little bit because this isn't a very great team. However, they still have a little bit of star power. You know, they got D'Angelo Russell, Karl Anthony Towns. Putting this in Tesla mode, letting it run itself. Let's get started, folks. I really am matching my couch right now. It's like the exact same texture and everything. Too funny. Alrighty. Trev, tough take. But Yvonne with the board and the cleanup. Folks, this Monday in, what is that, about 2.5 days, the interview is set with Clayton Henry, so he will be the guest for episode 4 of Straight Shooter. Good steal by Johnny. Johnny running down the court, gets stripped. So Clayton Henry is going to be on the show for Straight Shooter this upcoming Wednesday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. I'm going to be interviewing him this Wednesday So if you guys want to ask Clayton any questions, there is a fan segment for those not familiar with Straight Shooter, um, where I usually pull about 3 questions for a player. So the way that works is I will send out a tweet Sunday, probably at Sunday at noon, saying, hey, if you have any questions for Clayton, just go ahead and comment down below. So you guys can do that if you want. It's going to be at Jay the Sports Dude. That's my Twitter. And like I said, Sunday at noon is when I'll post that tweet. Ooh, 3-ball. Nice shot. Yep, as I've been saying, looking forward to that. I haven't gotten to formally talk to Clayton yet since I got the job here, so this will be fun. Josh Okogie, turnaround shot. I know he's mostly known as a three-point shooter. I mean, not a three-point shooter, sorry, a lockdown defender. But his shot has not really developed just yet. Still pretty young, though. James Johnson there. Malik Beasley. Who's the other guy? Is it? I don't know which Hernan Gomez it is. I want to say it's Juancho. All of them recently acquired players for the Timberwolves. Malik Beasley being my favorite of the 3. He actually just was in a tough situation in Denver. They had so many really good young players. You look at like Monte Morris, Malik Beasley, Michael Porter Jr., Torrey Craig. They had a lot of guys that just weren't able to carve out really consistent roles because they were so deep. So it's good to see Malik on a team where he's going to get plenty of playing time. I think he was averaging close to like 20 points since he became a Timberwolf. A Timberwolf? Right? Timberwolf? That's weird. Since he joined Minnesota, he's been averaging like 20 points a game, so. Oh, tough matchup there, yeah. See, I like Malik Beasley a lot. Only, I think, like 24 years old, right? 24, 25, 23, somewhere around there. 24 plus or minus 1. Let's see, I gotta look it up. Anytime I'm not sure, I have to look it up. 23, okay. Yeah. Yeah, good young player. Aggies already down by 5 here. So we got Jabari Rice with the basketball in his hands. The one-legged fader, no good. No good by Trav. 0 points in the last 2:45 for the Aggies. Got D'Lo on the squad. Forgot to list him for the recently acquired guys. Timberwolves made a lot of moves, man. Obviously, he's my favorite over Malik, but yeah, I mean, I'm a Warriors fan, so that's how D'Lo got here. But you know, I like the fit better with Wiggins for the Warriors. I don't really think they need a point guard, shooting guard guy like D'Lo. But I do like D'Lo as a better player than Wiggins. And that's cool for D'Lo. He gets to play with Karl Anthony Towns. That's one of his 2 best friends in the league. His other best friend is Devin Booker. They said their plan is to eventually all play together at some point in their careers, and now they got 2/3. It's going to be a while till Booker's a free agent. He just signed, I think it was like a 5-year deal. Max contract, so Suns aren't letting go of him anytime soon. But hopefully D'Lo finds a good home in Minnesota. He's bounced around a lot. I saw something how he went to multiple high schools. Went to Ohio State for 1 year. Was with the Lakers for, was it just 1 year? Two tops. Goes to Brooklyn for a year. Goes to the Warriors, and then goes here. So, I mean, this dude has bounced around a lot already at a young age. So, hopefully he can stay in Minnesota for a while. I don't see why he'd want to leave, like I said, since he's good friends with the Cat. And I've seen him say that he feels like this is the right place for him. So we shall see. Good take by Cat. Again, rest in peace to Karl Anthony Towns' mother, who passed away fairly recently due to the coronavirus. It's a terrible, terrible thing, man. So, thoughts and prayers going out to Cat. Beasley with the ball here. Three ball, no good. Jabari with the throwdown. You rarely see him dunk it. It's a lot of layups for him, even on fast breaks. Already yawning. Guys, tomorrow, haircuts. I promise you, tomorrow haircut. I got a buddy who lives in El Paso who's gonna cut my hair for me. So I'm driving over to his place tomorrow. Cause I got the thing with Clayton, like I said, on Monday, so I don't want to wear a hat anymore for the straight shooter stuff. So it has to be done, folks. It has to be done. I know I shouldn't be driving around, especially out to Texas in general. But I wouldn't if I wasn't on camera. I wouldn't. But I got to do it, man. Got to do it. Although I know I've said about maybe 10 times during this month-long thing that I'm gonna cut my hair. But I mean it this time. I mean it. It has been set up and everything. Yvonne going to the line here. Free throws up. No good. Second one, man, tough. Yeah, free throws are a problem. Culver, Texas Tech alum, Big 12 guy. I think he's okay. I think he had about as good of a season as you could expect for somebody who had to split minutes with Wiggins, Not a whole lot of playing time there for him, but he had a couple pretty solid performances when when Wiggins was hurt. It wasn't bad. Obviously, dude is just a bucket. But needs to work a little bit more on the defensive side. There it is. Speaking of that, yeah, he's got a torch. Last game of the regular season. Crazy. So tomorrow we'll do I'm just going to space it out one every day like we've been doing. That's what I decided on. Tomorrow, game 1 of the playoffs. We don't know who it's going to be. We'll find out at the end of this game. Nice reverse by Vaughn. We'll take a look at the full playoff bracket at the end of this game and see what tomorrow's matchup is. How far can the Aggies go? I think there's a chance they could play the Raptors in the first game, Because I want to say Toronto's the 3 seed and New Mexico State is the 5 right now. But they're only like a half game above the 6 seed. So if they fall, we could have a 3-6. Or even if Toronto falls, we could have a 4-5. I would love to see Siakam versus the Aggies in the playoffs. That'd be pretty cool. The lob. Got it. The little touch. The finesse by Yvonne. Good straight up D. No good. I forgot Evan Turner was on the team too. Huh. Where was he at before this? It was either he went from Portland. He's from Atlanta, right? Because I think they did Turner for Bazemore, right, last season, if I'm correct. And then did they just buy him out? Did they buy out Turner? Probably, right? Or is this, I think this is just a 2K thing. Like, I think in this virtual season they got Turner. So I want to say he's still on the Hawks. I think. I don't know. He's not the highest guy on the biggest guy on my radar. Although that's another Ohio State guy, right? So you got D'Lo and you got Evan Turner. So that's cool. And AJ Harris, former Ohio State guy here on the court. I'm not going to get up, but I was close. That was filthy. Yvonne throwing down the hammer. That was nasty. Who did he posterize? I didn't even see it. Was it Cat? Put a little salsa on that one. That was tough. The Spaniard. Find him, CJ. Yes, sir. Free throws. Any news on recruiting for the Aggies, says Steven? No news, man. Nothing going on right now. Like I said yesterday, became official that Kalen Williams is on the squad. Pendant stuff, we're still waiting for news on AJ Harris, if he's coming back or not. Still waiting on Jaquan Scott to decide between NMSU and Kansas. Those are really the only 2 things that are kind of on my radar right now, unless something else pops up out of nowhere. But for right now, that's just the only things I'm keeping an eye out for. CJ with the free throw. 3-point ball game, folks. This is a good move. Splitting the defense, getting to the lane. Finishing. It's just tough. I like D'Angelo Russell a lot more than I like Andrew Wiggins. I think he's the better player. I think he's the more entertaining player. But I get why the Warriors made the trade. Ooh. Almost. The Timberwolves have a 25-22 lead. I would actually love if the Warriors, that's the dunk. Oh, great screenshot. I should have screenshotted that for our thumbnail. I actually really wish that the Warriors would be able to trade Wiggins for like just picks. Get off that contract, because they've already got so much money tied up with Draymond and Steph and Clay.
This is the edge that great.
And I know they've been trying to plan for years now to make a move at Giannis when he becomes a free agent. I don't know how they're going to make the money work as of right now, but I would hope that, or I would assume that it would involve getting rid of somebody like Wiggins. in order to clear up cap space. Which if that happens, like, I mean, the league is essentially over again. It's like KD joining the Warriors all over again. Turnaround, ill will. No good, but CJ with the tip in. Another 3-ball? No, I was about to say he is on fire if he makes that one. Would have been his third. EG with the ball. The man who has changed his jersey number more than anyone in the history of NMSU basketball. What was it? 0, 11, and was it 1? No, it wasn't 1 because that's Sean. But there were 3, I forget. I think he's 11 right now. I don't know what the reason for that was. I should have asked him because I interviewed him for the second episode of Straight Shooter. I should have asked him what the deal with all that was. Because I get 2 times, but oh, nice 3-ball. 3 times is a bit much in the span of like 2 months. I was looking up, because like I said, I'm interviewing Clayton on Monday. So I was looking up some restaurants from his hometown. For those who watch the show, Straight Shooter, we do a segment called Hometown Heat, where pretty much I find restaurants from their hometown, and they tell me if it's legit or not. I found a very interesting one for Calgary, which is where Clayton is from. Ooh, nice block. I'm not going to say what it is, but it's pretty good. I want to get his reaction from it. I don't know if he's actually tried this or not, but it's pretty good. I'm sure it wouldn't be that hard for y'all to look up if you just look up weird foods in Calgary. You'll probably know which one I'm talking about, but don't do that. Just let it be a surprise on Wednesday also. And then when we normally break down film, I don't have any film on him from this year because he only played 1 game against Northern New Mexico, and that isn't. It's not on YouTube. You can't find it anywhere. So I'm gonna pull stuff from the season prior, his junior year, which there's a good amount of film on him from there. But yeah, the more I look at the film, the more I really like him as a player. So I'm looking forward to kind of just seeing him break down some plays. Always cool seeing players do that. I think Evan impressed me the most so far. We were breaking down plays. We broke down 3 of them like we normally do. All of them like super in-depth analysis and everything. Really high IQ player. So I guess is exactly what you're looking for out of point guards, you know. Ill will with the bucket. Aggies have it down to a 1-point game. Jake Lehman with the ball, gets it to Culver. Driving. Ooh, that was a tough fader. Was a little extra with that one. Johnny, is he going to take it? Yeah, but he won't make it. Evan. Just one number apart, 11 and 1. Ooh, can't get it to fall. Good steal by Johnny. And you will not catch him. Aggies got the lead. Give me 1 second, guys. My lips were like super chapped. Kobe. There was no trash can there. I just threw that on the floor. Oh, man. R.I.P. Kobe, man. That's still... I mean, I was going to say it hasn't sunk in yet. It has. It's just... And it's still tough to talk about. I know a lot of players from New Mexico State are huge fans. Terrell Brown actually got a tattoo once Kobe passed away. I should have asked him to show us like a picture of it or something on the interview for Straight Shooter, but he has it like right around here, like on his. It's kind of hidden by his shorts. I'd say like dead center of his thigh. I want to say it's on his left leg. I don't know, but it's it says 8, and then it has the colon, and then 24. So pretty cool. Stephen M., what position for the Aggies do you think they need depth at? I would say the power forward spot, because to me, Johnny is the only guy really who's like a true power forward on the team. I could see Wilfred Lakai moving to that power forward spot because he's really mobile for a big man. Clayton Henry did play a little power forward his junior season, but he's 6'4". Like, it's not a traditional power forward. So that's why I think like Jaquan Scott would be a really perfect fit, because he is 6'8". Could just slide into that 4 spot really easily, and then would be able to pretty much be the guy, because Johnny's redshirt senior, he's gone after this year. So I would say power forward. Good block. Tennessee with the ball. No good. There you go. Not Tennessee. Trev with the putback. Aggies got a 5-point lead here. I have to go re-sign my lease after this live stream is over, which is pretty much like the journalist version of signing a contract extension, is renewing their lease. Hopefully I'll stay employed for another year here. I hope I can. Obviously, stuff is going on out there in the world, and it's leading to some layoffs, but I am re-signing my lease for another year. Staying in the same apartment. I just didn't feel like moving. I probably could have found a couple places that were cheaper, but I don't even know how moving would work right now, because like I would need people to help me. Like I got this couch, which y'all can't see it, but it's like a sectional. It goes all the way around this living room pretty much. So like there's no way on earth I can do that on my own. And with the whole social distancing, I don't know how the whole getting people to help would work. I don't really want to ask my coworkers. I have some that probably would help me, and a couple friends like here in the apartment area, but it's just not the safest thing to do. So I'm just staying put for another year, hopefully. I don't know. From what I've been hearing, we should be good in our market. We did have some furloughed people. I think we had We had 3 people be furloughed or get furloughed here at our paper out of like 10 employees, something like that, 10 or 11. Um, but just from what I've heard, we shouldn't see layoffs, and if we do, I'd be surprised if it was in our sports department because we're a sports department of just 2 people. So fingers crossed. Hopefully nobody gets laid off. You never know, man. You never know. Ooh, I caught the back end of that one. I saw it was on the receiving end. Who was the messenger there? Jabari. I have the instant replay here on my laptop because it's like maybe 3 or 4 seconds behind. So I just look over here every now and then. Ooh, Johnny's spin move. And the bucket. Johnny McCants, let's have this dance. Puts on the moves. Good hustle there by Terrell. Oh, how did he not go out of bounds? It looked like he kind of just stopped there. I don't know what happened there. Good bucket. I thought that Evan Turner was a lot older than he really is. Cause he's not that old, right? Let me look it up. I'm thinking 27, but I feel like that's wrong. Oh, okay, he's 31. Never mind. What am I saying? he's pretty old, but I feel like he's been in the league for a very long time. Oh, Chicago, Illinois guy. That's cool. So just like Evan Gilliard. Oh, and he actually is on the Timberwolves. Okay. So he did make the move. It's not just a 2K thing. Was it just a waiver? No, it looks like it was a trade. Yeah. Kato Bates Diop to the Nuggets, and then Turner. Oh, because it was a part of that. The Nuggets trade was a three-team deal. Makes sense. Makes sense. I don't know, man. So many people have been moving around the league lately. Like this past summer was just crazy with all the people that are moving, and then there were a good amount of moves in the trade deadline. Free throws for Bryce. But I like to think I have a pretty decent sense of where everybody is and like contracts and age and all that. Second one's up. 2 points for Bryce. Already on the board before halftime. Love to see it. All right, dealing with the ball here. Last possession of the half. Turned around. Got it. Aggies actually will get a shot here. Is it going to be Bryce? The heave! Oh, I would have left my seat for that. For sure, I would have left my seat for that. 7-point lead for the Aggies. Let's take a quick look at the halftime statistics. Ivan Audikoechea, 12 and 7, on his way to a double-double. I feel like I say that at every halftime. Jabari Rice, 8 points, 6 and 2 for CJ. Here is the rest of everything for y'all to see. Oh, man. And Karl Anthony Towns, 15 and 4. Good stuff. Good stuff. Oh, they got Amari Spellman too. Yeah. Wow, this team is completely different from what it was at the beginning of the season. Right? Because let me think. Nas Reed wasn't there, right? Or no, I think Nas Reed was there. Jacob Evans wasn't there. Warriors, Nuggets, Warriors. Was it the Heat? I know he'd been with the Heat for the longest time, but I don't know if he came. Yeah, straight from the Heat. Portland. Or had he already been there? Portland. Atlanta. Yeah. Denver. Rookie. Yeah, this team is completely different. Crazy. Halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 to go, folks. The Big 12 just announced that beginning June 15th, football student athletes will be permitted to access campus athletic facilities. I mean, obviously, there's the Aggies aren't in a conference for football, but that's good to see that some teams around the country are already starting to make plans for that. Patrick Ewing says he has tested positive for coronavirus. Oh, man. Hoping for a speedy recovery for Ewing, man. One of the greats.
Out there with Miracle Man. That's Houdini. Then there's Harris. And it's the Cobra.
Yeah, man. Hope everybody's staying safe out there, man. This thing is serious, which I know sounds like a very obvious statement, but for some people, they just still aren't taking it very serious. So, not that like Ewing hasn't taken it seriously, but just people in general. So hopefully everybody's staying safe. Not very happy with Texas, with my home state. As you all know, I'm from Edinburgh, Texas, but lived in San Antonio. The state just has not been taking stuff seriously, man. I've seen a lot of places open, malls are open, movie theaters are opening. Like back in San Antonio when I was visiting, just a lot, man. It's pretty frustrating. New Mexico, I feel like, has handled it pretty well, just in comparison to the rest of the country.
A little over a minute gone here in the second half.
Yeah, man, it's no joke.
Johnson kicks to Beasley. 6 to shoot.
Easily pull up. Oh, good.
This guy's best night, but the teammates have been there to pick up the slack. Love it.
Oh no, you got this, AJ. D up. Yes, sir. First miss of the game for Towns, and it comes with AJ Harris guarding him, locking him down. All right, I'm going to go with Yvonne on this jump ball. I think that's a pretty easy one. Actually, not really. I mean, Yvonne is, what, 6... What do they have him at? Like 6'9", 6'8", 6'7"? I don't know. I forget, like, these are NBA players they're going up against.
5 attempts.
Ooh. Cat with the block. D'Lo. Free throw. T-Wolves are 9 for 9 from the line today. 9 for 9 from the line. 10 for 10. Three-point game, folks. Oh man, I gotta stop yawning. Like, it's 6:40. Why am I yawning? For reference, I normally go to sleep at like 2 a.m. So, like, I'm used to staying up late. I don't know why I just yawn whenever I'm on this live stream. I don't understand it. Steven says, "Wake up." Thank you, Steven. I know I need to, man. It's every single time. I don't know. I think it's just the fact that I'm sitting here and like, even though I talk to like people who comment every now and then, for the most part, I'm just talking to myself. You know. I just get very like relaxed and just start to fall asleep a bit. And I'm not like a coffee guy. I don't drink energy drinks or anything like that. So if I'm tired, I'm just tired. Good find. Trev with the throwdown. 7-point game. Ooh, both teams shooting like 35%-ish. Not pretty. Ooh, that looks straight up. That looked to be pretty clean to me. I don't have Twitter, but I would like to have you ask Clayton Henry what new player will have the most impact on this year's team. Yeah, I'll do that. Let me take a screenshot of it because I normally put the screenshot of the tweet. But I think I can just take a screenshot of this. There you go. There it is. Yeah, I got you, Steven. We'll put that in for sure. What new player will have the biggest impact on the team? That's a good question. Because normally if a player comes in, it's not instant impact. They usually will redshirt or have a pretty small role. I'm leaning towards Marcus Watson, just because at 6'6", playing shooting guard or small forward, I think he's going to be really valuable. But of course, that's only going to be for conference play because he won't be eligible until spring semester. Jacob Tryon, if he manages to get the starting center spot, could be that guy. There's a couple. But yeah, I'll definitely ask Clayton that. Three-point game. Ooh, James Johnson throwing it up. You got Sean and the layup. Yes, sir. Henry and Watson play the same position. I mean, they can. I do think both of them probably fit best at the small forward spot. But the good thing is that both of them are really versatile. Like, I think Clayton can play positions 2 through 4. And I think that Marcus can play 2 or 3. So, I mean, if it came down to if you have to give minutes to one guy or the other, it'd be Clayton just because he's the senior. Um, but yeah, I think they'll both have a decent role on the team this year. It's just crazy because Clayton is 6'4", and I'm saying he's the one that can play the 4 spot. But I mean, that's what Jans has rolled with before. I don't see why it would change. I don't personally, I haven't seen a whole lot of Marcus, but I know for sure that Clayton's put on a lot of muscle. Although Marcus is pretty strong too, from what I saw. So maybe they could play on a really small ball rotation. But yeah, they're two really versatile guys, so I don't really think they'll clash too much in terms of roles and minutes. I forget what Marcus was listed at Oklahoma State. I want to say he was listed as a guard. I want to say he was, and not a forward. Although some rosters will put like guard / forward. I don't remember. Because he never played there, so they might have taken him off the roster when I was checking. But yeah, I mean, he can handle the basketball for sure. To me, the thing with Marcus is I think he just needs to at least get a mid-range shot going. He's a really good finisher, really strong dude. Um, Good athleticism, but it's a lot of driving to the rim. I would like to see maybe a little bit more shiftiness out of him, maybe the ability to pull up, like just something to make it a little less predictable when he goes on the attack. Um, Not that he can't shoot, but like to just better balance out his game. So we'll see what happens with him. Good floater off the glass. Have I seen the new players practice with the team yet? No, because well, at least like Jacob and CJ and Kalen know because they all came after the whole coronavirus thing. Um, I haven't seen them practice, but I've seen like Maya Kerr shooting around. I've seen Wilfred shooting around. I see Marcus shoot around and stuff like that. Um, just do little drills and stuff. But normally when I go to interview, like let's say if I have an interview with a player, I'll go catch the last 15 or 20 minutes of practice. And by then it's usually a lot of running like sprints because what Jans does every time they mess up, he like keeps track of it and makes them run to the court, end of the court and back one time for every time they mess up. Um, Unless somebody makes a free throw. I think it's like if they mess up 5 times, then they'll run one full court and then they'll take somebody and say, hey, go shoot one free throw. If you make it, practice is over. If you don't, then you keep running. So like that's pretty much what I catch every time I go. So I really haven't seen a whole lot of like 5-on-5 scrimmages and stuff like that. Um, but I do see like if I'm interviewing a player after the practice is over, the players can just stay on the court and keep doing their normal workouts and stuff. So I've seen like Marcus and Mayan and Wilfred do that, but that's about it. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure if I asked, the team would let me sit in for a practice. But for the most part, Jans is doesn't really like to have media just hanging around for too long if they don't have to, which I get. 5-point game. Ooh, corner pocket. No good. Three ball. But yeah, I really like all the moves that New Mexico State did. Ooh, why are you fouling? But at the same time, like, there's something that all the players can improve on. Like I said, I think Marcus needs to just add a little, just something else to his offensive side, whether it be a little bit more shiftiness, maybe a mid-range pull-up. Mayan, I would like to see him really become like a better rim protector. He kind of drifts out to the three-point line a lot, which, I mean, hey, if he can make it, you love to see that in the center. But he didn't really shoot a great percentage. He shot a good amount of threes, but didn't shoot a good percentage in South Florida. So I would like to see him maybe hang around the paint just a little bit more because I think that's something New Mexico State could use. Um, Kalen, I just think it's a quicker shot release so that way he can compete with these guys because the closeout speed is crazy in D1 basketball. CJ, I would probably say, um, honestly, I would say passing. I know he's a good passer, but I would really love to see him become like just like a facilitator first because I think that Evan is the better scorer. And so if I could have one of them be a good passer and the other one just be like a pure bucket, I'd rather be Evan as the bucket, CJ as the passer. Jacob. Jacob, I just think needs to fill out a little bit more because he's got the size. He can shoot already. He can actually protect the rim a lot. But I still think he needs to fill out a little bit more. Just a little bit with every guy. 5-point game with 10 minutes left, folks. Go to lob to CJ. Got it. Raider, no good. Find him. Good pass. I know it's not this way in real life, but CJ's playing like a starter right now, man. He's been playing a lot better than Johnny in this little virtual season. I mean, CJ did start at the beginning of the real season until Johnny really started to just have a breakout stretch. Yes, sir. Too easy. There you go. CJ coast to coast. That's a dunk. 13-point game, folks. Aggies are pulling away in the final game of the regular season. lob, no good. I'm trying to like track a package right now that I have coming in, and it says it's supposed to be here today, and then I check and it says it's in Dallas, so I don't think it's gonna get here today. I think that's pretty safe to say. I don't like my odds with that one. Malik, man, I was speaking highly of Malik Beasley, but he hasn't done too much in this game. I know he's a bucket in real life. Oh, let me turn this light on, because the lighting isn't too great. Is that a little bit? Yeah, that's much better. I don't know why I've been sitting in the dark. My bad. My bad for that. The quality was not very good. I kind of just now noticed it. Like once I start the live stream, or when I start the live stream, the natural lighting, because I have like a window right here. My front door is literally right here too, and I've got like some windows above it. Like once I start the live stream, the lighting is good, but then the sun starts to go down maybe like 30 minutes into it, and then it's not so great. Ooh, we got that to fall. Tough layup. I don't think I've ever seen that sort of a kind of picked it up and then just did like a two-handed toss. That was weird. That was a good take. Ooh. Got double team there. Towns, 3-ball. That would have made it pretty interesting if they had cut it down to 6. Aggies still in control though. Got a 9-point lead. 5:30 left. But a lot of time left, man. Trev gonna put up a tough contested shot. Yeah. You're not making that over Josh Okogie. He is a lockdown player. Really good perimeter defender. I'm sure everybody's seen it by now, that clip of him locking down James Harden from, I don't know if it was this year or last year. Just locking dude up at the top of the three-point line, which is, when James is at his most dangerous. Clamps him up, gets the block on a step-back 3. Like, yeah, it's ridiculous. It's that the offensive side of the ball needs some improvement for Josh Okogie. Kind of reminds me of like Andre Roberson, which he hasn't been playing in a while. I know he had that injury from like 2 years ago, but it's been keeping him out, man. Like him and John Wall, like I haven't seen him play for forever. I don't know if I've said it during this live stream before, like for this past month, but Roberson went to school in San Antonio, I believe he went to Wagner High School. No, I think I'm wrong, but he went somewhere in San Antonio, and my cousin actually played him on the varsity, like on varsity basketball. And it was my cousin's freshman year, and he got called up like towards the end of the season because they do that. And he checks into the game, and it's a team of Andre Roberson and Jordan Clarkson. They were on the same team in high school in San Antonio. And my cousin gets the ball in the corner, up 3-point line, goes corner pocket, pulls up, and Roberson just like soars in out of nowhere, practically palms the ball and just like sends it like into the stands. I mean, he just swatted it into like a whole other dimension, pretty much. And my cousin was like, "Yeah, that's when I realized I did not have a professional basketball career ahead of me." Like, that's where he knew like there's levels to it. So yeah, Andre Roberson ended my cousin's basketball dreams, just shattered them. Yeah, San Antonio's had some decent players. I'm blanking on the girl's name from New Mexico State for women's basketball. I should know it. I apologize. I don't cover women's basketball. Usually that's my sports editor Jason that does it. Let me look it up. Um, but she's from San Antonio, which is really cool. I feel like it's her last name is Prince, Aaliyah Prince. I really should know her name because she's like one of the better players on the team. Yeah, Aaliyah Prince. Okay, okay, I got it right. I got it right, folks. It wasn't right off the top of my head, but I got it right. Yeah, she went to San Antonio. She went to Highlands High School, which I know there. That's cool. Shout out to her. Towns with the dunk, and it's a 5-point game, folks. Yeah, she's gonna be the one next year. Aaliyah is. I want to say she was the second leading scorer last season behind Gia Pack, and then now with Pack graduating, um, yeah, Leah should be a bucket every single game. So I'll be covering more women's basketball games this upcoming season. So I'll be getting a lot more familiar with them because I want to say I think I only covered one game all season. The rest was all my sports editor. The way we broke it up was like the four major sports that we cover for New Mexico State is football, which is my editor Jason Groves, by the way. Women's basketball, which is him, and then I usually do men's basketball and volleyball. Like those are the four top sports. And then for the rest of the sports, since we're only a staff of two, we kind of have to restrict it to like if it's a really good matchup or if it's a good game, you know. So like we did a little bit of tennis coverage, we did a little bit of swimming and diving, track and field, stuff like that. But for the most part, those are the four big sports. Oh, baseball. What am I saying? Baseball too. But baseball, none of us got to cover it obviously because it got canceled pretty early. That's why I couldn't think of it. But yeah, we did a little bit of baseball. Obviously with Nick Gonzalez, um, that him alone, like you have to give the team some coverage because he's just a star, man. Gonna go top 5 in the draft most likely. You know, wishing him the best. I got to do a feature story on him. I did a couple stories on him, so I talked to him a couple times. Wishing him the best. I know his name's been connected to the Royals probably the most during this whole mock draft process, but we'll see what happens. Looks like the Aggies are coming out with the win in this one, folks. Just too little too late for the Timberwolves. Unfortunate for them, but I don't think the Aggies can move up a spot in the seeding. I want to say they were either going to stay where they were or go down, so yeah. Yeah, no. Why are you not shooting threes at this point? Like you should be shooting 3-pointers the whole time now. Yeah, this is ball game, folks. Aggies will get the W. And then once this is over, we'll go take a look at the playoff bracket so we can see who the Aggies are playing tomorrow in the first round. Why are you calling a timeout now, Minnesota? It's over. You don't want to shoot a three-pointer, which pretty much is like, is you throwing in the towel, and now you're calling timeouts. Why? Why are you doing this? You're down 8. I don't even think they're in the playoff race. Like, it's over, man.
And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
Don't
and
foul.
If that's the best look you can get on a possession.
Hold it, Tennessee.
Of a trip down the floor.
There we go. Aggies end the season with an 86-78 win over the Minnesota Timberwolves. And now it's time for the playoffs. Time for the playoffs, folks. Awesome. Quick look at the statistics. Jabari Rice, 18 points, 2 boards, 2 dimes. Yvonne with a double-double, 14 points, 13 boards. 12, 5, and 4 for Johnny. 12, 5, and 1 for CJ. Trev flirting with the double-double, but gets 9 and 8. Here are the rest of the stats. Also, we're going to look at season stats right now, too, because now we get to see... we're going to get to see everything. We're going to get to see, like, who got MVP, Rookie of the Year, which Rookie of the Year should be one of New Mexico State's guys, hopefully, because they're all rookies, since they're creative players. So we're going to get to see right now. We're going to get to see all of that go down. Right now. Alrighty, folks. $30 games in the books. And now it is time for the playoffs. We got LeBron as most valuable player. Rookie of the Year, Yvonne. Hey. Let me do this real quick. 1 second. I'm not in the stream, but let me move this. Broadcast settings. There you go. We good? Let me see. Alright, there we go. Cool. Just so that way y'all can see the stats and everything here. Yeah, we got Yvonne as the Rookie of the Year. 14 points, 12 boards, and 2.7 assists. Pretty good. 2.2 blocks, 51% shooting. Yeah, the free throws, 66.7%. Not great. Yusuf Nurkic, 6th man. Kawhi Leonard, Defensive Player of the Year. Most Improved, Luka Doncic. Makes sense. Coach of the Year, Chris Jans. Coach of the Year. Wow, with a 20-10 record? Usually they just give it to the team with the best record, which is not New Mexico State. That's weird. But hey, they'll take it. Let's take a look at the All-NBA teams. No Aggies. We should see a lot on the... Oh! Yvonne! All-NBA 3rd team. Oh, shoot. I've been letting music play this whole time. No, hopefully I don't get a copyright. I don't think the music's very loud. But, dang, that'd be really bad. Yvonne, All-NBA 3rd team. Good stuff. You should see someone on the All-Rookie team. A whole lot of guys, actually. Yeah. Jabari Rice, Johnny McCants, and Yvonne on the All-Rookie 1st team. Trevelyan Quinn on the All-Rookie 2nd team. And now it's time for the playoffs, folks. Who's the 1 seed here? It's blocked. Toronto's the 1 seed. Yikes. So they might see Toronto versus the Aggies in the 2nd round. But for right now, it is New Mexico State versus the Boston Celtics in the 1st round, who I believe the Aggies beat them down, I'm pretty sure, fairly recently, right? Yeah. Aggies won the regular season matchup 91-73, and now they get to face off in the first round. Single elimination playoffs starts tomorrow night with New Mexico State versus the Boston Celtics. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it, guys. 6 p.m. Mountain Time tomorrow. Do not miss it. If you guys missed any of this, want to go back and watch the full thing, it's going to be here on our YouTube channel. If you want to watch it within the first 24 hours of the stream ending, you can go to our uploads. There's going to be a little side tab to Dropbox, and it'll say live streams. You can find it there. And then after 24 hours, it'll become just a regular upload. I don't know why that's a thing on YouTube, but yep. So that'll be the thing. And then Monday is going to be the interview with Clayton Henry for Stray Shooter. The episode will be released Wednesday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. So if you guys want to get questions in for Clayton, I'm sending out a tweet Sunday at noon, 12 o'clock Mountain Time. And you'll be able just to comment that tweet and like ask a question to Clayton pretty much, because I'll be interviewing on Monday. So stay tuned for all of that stuff, guys. This has been Justin Martinez, aka Jay the Sports Dude. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Shout out to everybody who's been following this season-long journey, whether you watch it live or even going back and watching it. Does not matter to me. I appreciate it either way, guys. Yeah, I am out of here.